We don't have a lot yet. We're just ramping up.
You know, when they created the law after the destruction of Clark by the eruption of Pinatubo and the pullout of U.S. forces, that's what they intended. Because when the Americans were here, if the contractors were available here and the products were available here, they're going to get it from the local economy. They're going to get it from the local area. So you're just continuing that policy that you started long time ago.
We've seen it, and they're very responsive. We could not be more pleased. We bought all the furniture from from Liberty Duty Free on the base. I mean, everything is, and that's something. I mean, I got to tell you this: our marketing strategy, and for everybody listening, is. I was sitting on EDSA with Jim Spohr. We were coming back from a meeting on Tuesday night, sitting in traffic, frustrated, saying, why does anybody want to sit in EDSA traffic? Why do they want to live in a congested community? Why do they want to pay a high rent for a very modest flat? Why do they want to pay exorbitant rents for working in Manila when they can come to Clark and everything is here? Higher quality of life, lower cost of living, easy commutes, rents that are half of what they're going to be anyplace else. As soon as people open up their eyes and see that, they'll all be flocking here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another short break, and this is good. You know, when it's the investors who talk like this about Clark, about the potentials of this area, this is better than all the advertisements, the paid advertisements that we can put up. This is a locator, an investor talking about it, telling his friends abroad about what's the potentials in the area. So this brings in more investors. When we have more investors, we have more money coming in. We have people working. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about jobs after this break.
Savers Digital Hub Appliance Depot is a 3C store, complete line of consumer electronics, communication gadgets, and computers. For over 20 years now, Savers Mart has grown that far, now with 16 branches to serve you. Savers Digital Hub Appliance Depot, your total home and business solution.
Kaunlaran. Kailangan ng isang damdamin na naiintindihan ang pangangailangan ng mamamayan. Isang kaibigan na handang tumulong. Isang ina na bukas ang puso para sa lahat. Isang paninindigan na tuparin ang sinumpaang tungkulin maglilingkod. At maging liwanag katulad ng araw na tanlaw ng sambayanan kaagapay sa kaunlaran.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the final portion of today's Aksyon Central Luzon Special Edition. Ito pa rin po si Sonny Lopez, and I'm still with Mr. Dennis Wright. At sana ho, pinakikinggan ho natin ng mabuti yung kanyang sinasabi. Sa mga binibigay po niyang pananalita sa atin, nakakakuha tayong tip kung saan po tayo pwede mag-invest, no? Sa mga investors po natin, dyan, mga local businessmen, this is the time for us to really put our money together. I know we can compete with the money of the Kuwaitis and the Americans, but if we put things together, we can do something, and we can be part of the development that we're having right now. And we're so glad to hear that Mr. Dennis Wright is telling us the people that's going to work for the area, starting with the construction, the subcontractors, the contractors. They'll be coming from they're Filipinos, right?
Correct.
And this is really spreading the money pours all around the community, and we're going to see more development.
Absolutely. And it's not just development. One of the things that we took on was when we came here 2.5 years ago to really start in earnest to develop the project, we recognized that we had to be part of the community.
Yes.
We were not an internet. We wanted to be a Filipino company. Yes, we have international roots, but we want to be as if we're Filipino.
You know what you're doing.
But it's a lot more fun too.
Yes.
So we went and met with at the time Mayor Lassiter, obviously now Congressman Lassiter, but at the time when he was mayor of Angeles, and Mayor Morales, and we went to both, who were very supportive, by the way, absolutely very supportive. And we went to them both and said, we want to do something for the community. And we talked through several different kinds of projects that would benefit the community. And after a dialogue back and forth, for both we focused on hospitals, healthcare.
Yes.
So we committed to...
and this is now on record.
This is on record. We have committed to 2 hospitals, one in Angeles, one in Mabalacat. The mayors at the time had identified the sites of which we were going to do, and was, again, to do something for the community.
Yes.
Another project that we had done, as a former U.S. naval officer, military, I was coming in and seeing the cemetery on the right-hand side on Rojas, and I felt sad because for people who gave their lives, and that cemetery has both Filipino military and American military who gave their lives and who are buried in that cemetery, and it has been run down. And the local American Veteran of Foreign Wars, VFW chapter, has been voluntarily maintaining it, but for various reasons the back fence has been removed, the side fence has been removed, and so we've agreed that we would come in and refence it, floodlight it to enhance security, to put in a little memorial area, so if there's a memorial ceremony and it was raining, it would be covered. So we're going to do an upgrade on a facelift on the cemetery also. So we did those 3 community projects to give something back to the community.
Right.
But there was then another thing, and this is my personal pet project.
Okay.
This was to work with the mayors, now obviously Mayor Nepomuceno and Mayor Morales, to pick a barangay a quarter. We picked a barangay quarter. This will be hard because after a while everybody we'll have to queue them up. But a barangay will alternate between Angeles and Mabalacat to put in a basketball court that will serve the needs of the barangay, and obviously balls, some uniforms, to give the community something to do. So we definitely want to be part of the community. We want to be considered the employer to work with. We want people to say, this is a project we want our offices in.
You know, the Filipinos are basketball crazy.
Absolutely.
You know, but I can say that totoo po ang kanyang sinasabi, because 2.5 years ago, I met these guys, and even before they started, even before their project was approved, they're talking about working with the community. And that's good, because some businessmen, they take care of their business. They're good at their business, but they're forgetting the community. But you, at the outset, you want to help the community already, and that's really, really commendable.
Absolutely, and just a little bit more on people. I think, you know, people are what makes an organization vibrant. And I want to give some credit to why we're here. When we first started, we were working Mimosa at the time. And then we transitioned into this project. And it actually started with CDC, and when Industrial Estate 5 was part of CDC. But at the time, there was a gentleman named Chicho Luciano, who was the vice president in CDC, and Rafi Galvez, who was in their marketing group. And those 2 gentlemen were so positive and professional in their approach. And as we were working through doing our due diligence on this project, were very helpful in sharing information. And ultimately, the project transitioned over to CIAC.
And good.
And Chicho's is now the president of CIAC. And we're able to continue with that. But I personally would like to thank General Abaya, who is with BCA, who's been very supportive, with Secretary Pamantuan, who again has been very, very supportive, with certainly Chicho Luciano, both when he was CDC and now CIAC,